The game plan is brought to you by MaxJS Games, who definitely doesn't make body grooming fun, but makes video games fun, because the video game Kung Pooby is their game. And you could be playing Kung Pooby right now. Your gaming week is sorted with Kung Pooby, available now on the iOS App Store. You need to head to Manscaped to get that thing shipped to you. You can just go to the iOS App Store, download this thing right now. You could have it before we even get to the end of the list of the games that are coming out this week. The games coming out this week, of course, is what the game plan is, where we look at the games coming out over the next 7 days so you can plan out your week in video games. Let's take a look at what's dropping this week. Start us off, Gus Ronald.
Certainly. Tomorrow, Tuesday, November 9, Forza Horizon 4 drops on PC, Xbox, and Game Pass. The ultimate Horizon adventure awaits. Explore the vibrant, never-evolving open-world landscapes of Mexico with limitless, fun driving action in hundreds of the world's greatest cars.
Oh, this music! Yes! Take me to Mexico, Forza! Jurassic World Evolution 2 is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Jurassic World Evolution 2 is the much-anticipated sequel to Frontier's highly successful Jurassic World Evolution. This bold new era in Jurassic World Evolution game franchise builds on the groundbreaking and immersive 2018 management sim that was known as Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh, this music! Take me to Jurassic World! Airborne Kingdom drops on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on Tuesday. Airborne Kingdom is a stunning airborne city builder and management game. Embark on a journey as a small kingdom to expand your population, researching new technologies and buildings, and forging alliances with terrestrial kingdoms. Each journey will begin on a unique, procedurally generated map encompassing 3 distinct areas with 12 cities to discover.
Football Manager 2022 is coming to Xbox and PC and Game Pass. Football Manager 22 brings new progressive ways to find your winning edge, instill your footballing style, and earn it for the fans.
Nothing coming out on Wednesday, but on Thursday, November 11th, Synthetic 2 is coming to Steam Early Access. Synthetic 2 is a bold continuation of Synthetic Legion Rising. Fight a world overrun by the relentless machine Legion. Experience the next level in gunplay and upgrade yourself beyond measure to rival their gods. Can you defeat the heart of Armageddon?
Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and the San Andreas game is coming to Game Pass. 3 iconic cities, 3 epic stories. Play the genre-defining classics of the original Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, updated for a new generation, now with across-the-board enhancements, including brilliant new lighting and environmental upgrades, high-resolution textures, increased draw distances, Grand Theft Auto 5-style controls and targeting, and much more, bringing these beloved worlds to life with all new levels of detail.
PUBG New State is coming to Android and iOS. Introducing PUBG New State, the new battle royale developed by PUBG Studios, the company behind PlayerUnknown's Battleground, also known as PUBG. In PUBG New State, 100 players will fight on a new battleground with various weapons and strategies until only one remains. Utilize gear, vehicles, and consumables to survive the free fire zone of the battlegrounds and become the last survivor standing.
Bright Memory Infinite is coming to PC. It is an all-new lightning-fast fusion of the FPS and action genres created by FYQD Studio, combining a wide variety of skills and abilities to unleash dazzling combo attacks.
Breakwaters.
You gotta add some flair to the end of it when it's a short one. When it's a short one, you gotta end strong.
Breakwaters is coming to Steam Early Access on PC. Adventure through an ever-changing oceanic world that evolves the way you interact with water. Swim, sail, and fly to find new islands with unique resources to build, craft, and survive. Join friends online and build a home to defend or defeat massive titans, bringing calm to the waves.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is coming to Switch. 4,000 years before the Galactic Empire, hundreds of Jedi Knights have fallen in battle against the ruthless Sith, and you are the last hope of the Jedi Order. Can you master the awesome power of the Force and save the Republic, or will you fall to the lure of the dark side?
The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition is coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Winner of more than 200 Game of the Year awards, Skyrim Special Edition brings the epic fantasy to life in stunning detail. The Special Edition includes the critically acclaimed game and add-ons with all new features like remastered art and effects, volumetric god rays, dynamic depth of field, screen space reflections, and more. Skyrim Special Edition also brings the full power of mods to the PC and consoles, new quests, environment, characters, dialogue, armor, weapons, and more. With mods, there are no limits to what you can experience with a game that you've definitely played a few times already.
I mean, you know that because most of the talk about what they've added to this game is what other people have added to this game, and they have not done a lot. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming to Switch on Friday, November 12th. In Shin Megami Tensei 5, the latest entry of the acclaimed Shin Megami Tensei RPG series, plays a high school student who must harness newfound powers to fight through a demon-infested wasteland using a command-based system.
Really putting the emphasis on that.
It was so
one.
epic until command-based system. Though demons are formidable opponents, some can be worthy allies and recruited via negotiations to fight alongside you in a dying world. How will your destiny unfold using a command-based system?
And finally, to wrap up the week, Game & Watch The Legend of Zelda is coming out on Friday. With a retro look, legendary flourishes, and the power to save Hyrule, the Game & Watch The Legend of Zelda system is a jam-packed tribute to 35 years of the Legend of Zelda series. Adventure through 3 iconic classics and enjoy all new old-school fun with this stylish handheld system.
Holy shit, that's a lot of games. And we didn't even mention the fact that Battlefield 2042 launches with its like early access launch thing on Friday as well. So there's just technically that doesn't classify as a release date. The release date isn't the next week, but that is a lot of video games coming out. Peter Burns, what is on your game plan this week?
I'm definitely playing Forza as soon as we get off this call. I think it drops today,
is
right?
it out now?
Maybe it's
maybe
it's tomorrow. Maybe it's
It
tomorrow.
said Monday, but I think that's our Tuesday, which is why we said it for Tuesday.
I think it's I think 8 or 9.
But what
very
Pete
exciting.
hasn't said is that this call is going until 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yeah,
You're goddamn right. Look how cool it looks.
It looks great.
look at it.
I didn't play the last Forza Horizon, even though I love the series. I kind of like, there's so much to do in them that you kind of, in the same way that Assassin's Creed is like, I'll skip one because I just did this. And then you fall in love with it again and play the one after it. That's what I've done with Forza, and I'm so keen to just get in and drive and see how beautiful Mexico is. Mexico is definitely more appealing in its diversity than
I still
England,
don't understand Ford's
Britain, yeah.
choice. Like, it really dropped the ball for me. Like, coming out of the Australia morphed map
Same.
of everything. It was 3 is my favorite. And I know we played quite a bit of that, Pete. Like, we're all playing that. This looks like they've gone for the same kind of, like, Frankenstein environments. Like, there's every environment. There's, snowy
like
volcanoes and tropical beaches and desert towns. It's like, 4 had green England and green Scotland. And they were beautiful, but they were green until they were winter.
And then the cliffs of Dover, and it's like, everything's so cold.
Yeah.
And this has just been getting incredible reviews as well. Like, people are just like, it is so much fun. It's capturing, and I know that this is the reference that we're all chasing this high. We're all there slapping this part of our arm, going, just put the Burnout Paradise back into me. And I've heard some stuff about the idea that there's lots of hidden little puzzly things around the world to unlock, like, just like little achievements and stuff. And they're not necessarily the hardest thing in the world, but it is just that perfect brain scratching, like, I kind of need to angle the car this way and go through this area in this direction, and I'll be able to jump through that billboard or do whatever it is that I need to do. I've heard nothing but incredible things about this.
This series does great incidental progress. Like, you see things you can hit on the way, you can rack up scores, you can start a race almost on the fly and finish it and keep moving. It's like, that's the best thing for me about Forza, is just that flow on effect of playing. I think 4, from memory, like, I reviewed 4 back in the day, and when it launched, it's turned into a very different game because it had constant support. But 4 had a bit of this weird, the seasonal thing meant that you and your friends couldn't always play together up until a certain point. It came off with a bit of a lumpier sort of way to start the game. And I think apparently, from what I've read and heard about this, is that they've done away with that a little bit and streamlined it so everyone is just, you're there from the start. You can kind of do a bit of everything right off the bat, which I'm really pumped about.
Yep.
Oh, good. Pete wins. But Gus, what's coming second for you?
Look, I saw footage of this game ages back, and I've rarely clicked
Zelda.
Add to my Steam add to my Steam wish list. But one of those games is Breakwaters. I love these kind of games.
I knew this would be it.
Of course you heard me say
water
sailing.
kink.
Me and my water
I
kink.
literally didn't even write it because I was like, no one will pick that.
Like, I'm going to play the hell out of Forza. I might even, like, I can't wait to see how the GTA game looks and feels to play, but I'm definitely not giving any of those titles more than, like, an hour or two until I come back to them when I'm bored later on in summer or something. But yeah, Breakwaters for me looks like this cool, ambitious little game that I love this style. I love open world kind of crafty games that have a very simple look to them art style wise. I love water physics. I loved I really wanted to love that game that was like From Dust, I think it was called, years and years ago, where you kind of like moved water and everything. Are we not going to look at the footage? Is that fine? We just don't want to look at it?
No, it's so bad. Okay.
And yeah, I pushed through with something awkward as awkward as what was it called? Windbound. And this looks like a slightly jazzed up version of that with some cooler physics and stuff. I know this will be a little janky. I know this will be super bold in its goals, but not quite execute on them well. But this is my Valheim kind of thing. This is what I like in those wonky little open world games. So yeah, I'm going to play a little bit of this because it looks fun. Look at that water. Bloop.
I love it. I've never heard of anyone who's like, I love water-based games, but I'm so happy for you because it seems to be becoming more and more of a thing. Like more of these are coming out. So like for you, it's like you feel how like a very small subset of the internet felt when Lady D was announced. They're like, this was the fantasy, and now I can actually play it. For you, this is your...
They've made it okay.
Final... They've made it okay.
It's the opposite of something being cancelled. It's been, whatever that is. It's like, I'm allowed to like this now.
It's been seen.
I like that.
Good pick. I mean, for me, it's Forza is the clear winner on this. But the runner-up for me is look, it's either Grand Theft Auto or Football Manager. It's probably not going to be Football Manager, even though I really like Football Manager games. I have enough fantasy football in my life that I don't need to be doing it here without the gloating stakes of beating my friends, which I currently am in both friend leagues. Thank you very much. I know some of you are watching. Suck it. But then also the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, it looks really cool. I think that I've seen some debate about whether or not the updated look is good. I like it. It's not gone the whole way to go like this is a remake of a game, but it looks, and it doesn't look how I think I remember it. It looks more like I think I should remember it.
Yeah.
That's
a sweet spot,
weird
isn't
middle
it?
ground.
Yeah, the sweet spot is like giving you some nice quality of life upgrades, and that includes making it easier to look at, but still making it feel like you're looking at the thing that you remember, even though you're misremembering. I feel like that's so important with a remake like this that's not, well, a remaster like this that's not a ground-up remake. To just make it, to soften some of those rough edges. And I think in particular, the bringing in the GTA targeting and controlling, GTA 5 targeting and controlling is a smart idea because that was really rough. Would feel really rough to go back to, I think.
That's the thing you can't rewire your brain to do going back to an old game unless,
And I also think there's something to be said for like game design has moved on a lot since these games. It inspired a lot and games have learned from it and moved on. So if it looked incredible, it would look like a new game but feel like you're playing an old game just mechanically and
mission
from
structure and all that stuff
design.
weird.
All that stuff. So I think that I like what they've done here, and I really loved Grand Theft Auto 3. That was like a game that I played so much of on the PS2. So yeah, I'm keen to see how this holds up and just the memories that come flooding back because of it.
Totally. Can I make one extra notable mention? And if Pete, you don't mind bringing up the gameplay, Bright Memory Infinite, the game we mentioned as well. This struck.
I don't think it has any water in it. I thought it was just guns.
I think you'll find the thing that I remembered. No, it doesn't. It might. Is that
there's water on that glass?
Oh, look at that. The thing that this reminded me of, if you skip just to the end of this, Pete, of some gameplay footage, this is made by one developer. This is a one-person game, and that's why it was getting like famous on YouTube for showing all the footage of everything. Like it.
Oh, it's this game.
Yeah. So I remember I put a little Post-it note in my brain to at least try this out and see what it's like to see a game this ambitious made by one developer. So FYQD Studio is one person. I think that's just
their
cool.
initials.
So it might, some of the sheen might come off playing it, but I'd like to see what a polished first-person action game feels like from one developer. That'd be cool.
It looks really, really nice. Like I was like, is this a Sony shooter? it'll be like so shiny and like
Is it Godfall the shooter?
technically attractive, but have zero substance, like a kill zone. But it's like that's very, very impressive. That because there's so much like code in this clearly, but there's so much direction as well. Like that's the thing that caught me with the trailer is like this is actually really nicely directed as a trailer.
It's funny that you say this because I agree. This was also that game. Do you remember? Because it got announced and people were like, "Oh my god, one developer! How did he do it?" And then he came out. It was like he admitted in a Weibo post that he used a bunch of unlicensed art assets that he pirated.
Right.
And he didn't say what he stole them from, but he kind of hobbled together a bunch of art, and he was like, "Art's not really my thing." But then he said that, I've got the article here, despite his admission, the game is still available on Steam and has overwhelming positive reviews. It's sold 192,000 copies on Steam, which meant that he said that it will allow him to replace the pirated art with original models. So I don't know if that's happened yet or not, but it definitely is like epic looking.
Oh, it looks amazing, yeah.
It does, and it does look like the game.
I'll be back in 1 second. I just got to let my partner in the front door. So keep talking.
It does look like it's a futuristic shooter that then has like flashes between oldie. Like there's a guy with a sword and a shield is what I was getting at there. So it's like it'd be cool if there's an ambitious story here of like some cool time blending shooting on the wing of a plane. I think it looks sick.
It does look cool. It does look cool. It's like it's got so many ideas that like
will it feel
make an incredible trailer?
Yeah.
Will it be an awful video game? Don't know. I mean, yeah, overwhelmingly positive on Steam is obviously a really good start. So
yeah, and I'm also like I'm excited by the idea of one developer also gives you singular vision. It gives you things that you wouldn't say in a game that has a medium to large style studio. That then things will just come out in the wash. Not come out in the wash. That's a bad term. But it's like things will get simplified because there's a committee of people making it. Like it's cool for one person to be like, no, I went hard on this, and I just kept leaning into what was fun about it. So it could be good.
Cool. Sorry, there's
you looking at Gus
from. No, I was looking at Gus. No, just from the darkness emerged a big smiling face of my daughter. Hey, monkey, how you doing?
I just got a dirty rumor said, "Is it me getting odd sounds from Gus talking?" No, that's just me talking.
That's Gus talking.
That's just
it could be.
That's
it is
my
a
voice.
wet. Is it a wet sound? Someone asks.
It is a wet sound.
It's my.
All right, so that is what's dropping this week. Let us know what your game plan is over in our Discord. How do you get to the Discord? Head to patreon.com/backpocket or backpocket.gg. You can sign up to the Patreon there. That'll unlock the Discord. Bada bing, bada boom. In fact, you can actually get into the Discord by just heading to Patreon to backpocket.gg. There's a link to the Discord there, and you can unlock some of the things. I'm not even sure. Look, just head to backpocket.gg and just find your way through.